Although I haven't been to Ajax before, but every time I went to Montreal or Ottawa, I pass through the city and I can see they have a really beautiful lakefront.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the most extensive waterfronts in Ontario. It's about 170 acres of land and it's fantastic. You can go there for bike rides, to walk your dog. There's a bunch of parks across. People go for picnics. It's just a really great place to be, especially in the summertime. The market's been doing well. I mean, this year, as I'm sure you've heard, there's been a bit of a shift going on. People are they're getting a little scared. Some anxiety is going around.
Does Ajax being influenced by this new a policy or?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think a big thing about that though is the media is really shining a light on it and really scaring people into making their next move. So, I mean, for example, in the South End, Q1 and Q2 of this year, we've dropped 5.5 to 6% in the sale price. But what people aren't seeing is they're only looking at that month to month this year. If you look back of the first half of 2016 and the first half of 2017, we're actually still up 24.9%.
That's pretty good.
So.
你而家收睇嘅係加拿大財經一號電視台。
嘉國地產發展趨勢，近期樓市最新動態，地產行業權威發布，眾多專家分析點評，盡在置業加國。
Hello everyone, welcome to today's Wonder TO. As we all know, there are a lot of cities along the coast of Lake Ontario. And about 25 kilometers east of Toronto, there's a city with only half of the average housing price compared to the city of Toronto. And today we have a guest in the house to introduce the city of Ajax.
My name is Matt Leonetti. I'm a real estate agent that specializes in Ajax, specifically the South End. I'm with a team called the Trust Realty Group. We're a team of specialists who specialize in the neighborhoods that we live in. We believe no one knows the neighborhood better than someone who lives there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't been to Ajax before. It is quite new for me. So why don't you give us a brief introduction about the city, like how the city looks like?
Yeah, so Ajax, it's great. It's about 110,000 people. It's a nice place to be. It's very close to Toronto, about 35-minute GO train ride right into Union Station, so very conveniently located. And it's great. The thing I love about it is you go to Toronto for the day and then you come back from all that hustle and bustle and you get to kind of just unwind and relax. You don't have that crazy city living of Toronto. So.
Well, although I haven't been to Ajax before, but every time I went to Montreal or Ottawa, I pass through the city and I can see they have a really beautiful lakefront.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the most extensive waterfronts in Ontario. It's about 170 acres of land and it's fantastic. You can go there for bike rides, to walk your dog. There's a bunch of parks across. People go for picnics. It's just a really great place to be, especially in the summertime.
Well, a lot of our Chinese buyers, they are more focused on the education, right? So how's the reputation at Ajax?
So Ajax, we have some great schools. Like I said, I specialize specifically more in the South End, and there's some great schools there. They've ranked very high with the Fraser Institute. One is Crothers Creek. They're very respected in the South End, and another one is Brother Andre. That's great, not in the South End, but still a very great school with a high ranking.
Yeah. You are saying that you are more focused on the south point, but what's the difference between the south and the north?
So the south is actually the cheapest part of Ajax. There's a lot.
Is that part close to the lakefront?
Yeah, it's right on the lakefront.
Why is that cheaper?
Yeah, which is, well, that is a very expensive area, but there's, southwest and southeast. Okay. And it's actually, compared to Central and North Ajax, it's actually the cheapest. There's some very, very high-priced homes in the South End, but just in general, it's the cheapest part of Ajax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we just noticed the south part of the city is the cheapest one, but we want to know how's the market doing in the past 2 years?
Yeah, so the market's been doing well. I mean, this year, as I'm sure you've heard, there's been a bit of a shift going on. People are they're getting a little scared. Some anxiety is going around.
Does Ajax being influenced by this new like a policy or?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think a big thing about that though is the media is really shining a light on it and really scaring people into making their next move. So, I mean, for example, in the South End, Q1 and Q2 of this year, we've dropped 5.5 to 6% in the sale price. But what people aren't seeing is they're only looking at that month to month this year. If you look back of the first half of 2016 and the first half of 2017, we're actually still up 24.9%.
That's pretty good.
So as a whole, we're still appreciating, but I think the media is really shining a negative light on just a month-to-month thing. So,
how is the average price of the Ajax?
so average price is around 630,000. So still pretty cheap considering where it's located compared to a place like Pickering that's a little more west. So yeah.
How is the market compared to other cities? Let's say Pickering or
So
Toronto.
Yeah, so the price point is lower than say Pickering. The more west you get, the higher the price. But it's even cheaper than Whitby. They're a little east of us, and still a cheaper price point. So I think the value you get in Ajax just for location alone is fantastic.
So it got really good potentials.
Absolutely, and there's some great developments coming in that are awesome. So there's a lot of potential.
Now we're interested to know, do you have any suggestions for our audience to like buy or to pay more attention on any specific project or?
Right. Well, I'm a little biased because I live in the South End, so I would say everyone come to the South End.
The area is better, right?
Yeah, I love the area, and it's literally the South End, the nicest people I've ever met, for the exception of Jackie. But it's just a great place. One thing to keep an eye on, though, is a new condo development that's coming in Pat Bailey Square. So it's got 25 stories, high-rise building. It's going to be the first of its kind in Ajax, and then it's got commercial stores on ground level. So which is we haven't had anything like that in Ajax. So it's a lot more like Toronto. There's also going to be a skating rink in the winter, which is really cool, and a big screen to watch events and stuff like that. So
it's definitely going to attract some young generation to be there, right?
Absolutely, and a younger generation's already coming in because of our price point. We're a bit of a lower price point, so a lot of first-time home buyers are coming in and starting their families in Ajax, which I think is great.
So now we have a condo, but what about like some detached or townhouse around the area?
Yeah. So the great thing about, especially the South End, there's so much to choose from in terms of condos to townhomes to detached, 2 stories, bungalows, all of that. So a place I really like is actually right in front of the lakefront. It's called Lake Driveway. It's such a great place to live. Very, very large 2-story homes, some bungalows, and it's just you wake up and you see the view of the lake every morning. So you can't really ask for anything more peaceful than that.
It's very interesting that last week, 2 weeks ago, we have another agent coming to our studio to talk about Oakville, another Lakeview cities. So compared to Oakville, what are you gonna say about Ajax?
Oakville has a beautiful lakefront as well, I've heard. Ajax has a very great one. Like I said, I'm a little biased because I'm from Ajax. I love Ajax, born and raised there. The thing I would say that Ajax has the upper hand on a lot of towns and cities is the location. Like I said, we're so close to Toronto, and then even going the other way, we're close to Ottawa, and we're a good drive away, but we're quite close in Kingston and stuff like that. So
during the weekend or holiday, people can travel around or?
Absolutely. Like I'm going to Ottawa next week. It's going to take me like 3.5 hours to drive there, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Depends how much of a speed demon I am.
Or so maybe Ajax, the price is more friendly.
Yeah,
right, compared to Oakville.
As well, yeah. So that could be.
Good. Oh, thank you so much, Matt, for coming today.
Jackie, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
嘉国地产发展趋势，近期楼市最新动态，地产行业权威发布，众多专家分析点评，尽在置业嘉国。